Alright, so let's start this stream. I'm at the moment not coughing, so that helps. I just had a coughing session, so I guess I can be okay for a little bit longer. I found the button at least to mute fast, so hopefully every time I feel a cough come up, I will be fast enough to make sure that you don't get bothered by it. So let's get started. Welcome, everybody. As you guys may know, it is today Blue Monday, so I tried to make a fitting outfit for today. I am in blue. Um, I don't feel blue, by the way, so don't worry about that. I'm feeling pretty okay because we get to do game dev today, right? Game dev is awesome, and if we can do game dev, I feel nice. So, yeah, there. I hope you guys also feel good. Had a good weekend, did the stuff that you wanted to do, and are doing awesome because that's what we want to feel, right? We want to feel awesome. So, as you guys know, I was working the other day on a cheese store to basically fit with the bakery that we already have. And I would like to try and actually get that to look nice. So I've been starting with this and I will add to it based on earlier work. I will also make windows in this today, I hope, and some cheese in the windows and other stuff that you would probably expect to see in a cheese store. So I guess let's get started with that. I'm not sure if we're going to have a shopkeeper that we can see in here. We might, but probably only behind the door. I'm thinking that the windows like here and here, they will be quite full with all the products that you can see. And behind here, you should also be able to see some things inside. Doesn't have to be super detailed, but then maybe if somebody can walk through, it will be here, like through the window behind of the door here. So let's see how far we get with that. Um, for now, let's see if anyone will be there today. I don't know. If not, then I just keep going anyway, because this has to be done. And yeah, maybe if we have some time, I will do some coding. I could do some Unity, try this out, and let's see if it works inside of Unity, if it looks nice. And let Gaia walk by it without, of course, being actually here. She's only here as a reference, so I can just turn her off. For now, that was just a way of having the size correct. Because she's, of course, only a 5-year-old girl, so not that tall, and she would not come above much part of the door, basically, especially because she walks past it. So yeah, I was starting to create some shelving here, as you can see, and those shelves will have to be filled with different things. I have now thought of at the moment to have like one, two, three, four, 5 shelves. I'm not sure if I keep it that way or not. I will have to play around with that a little bit. I also tried to add some shadowing, as you can see. It doesn't look perfect yet. We'll also have some more shadow here because it will be dark inside. But yeah, let's see how we can do this and how far we get. Basically, still quiet so far, so I don't have anyone to respond to. Anyway, if you are in here and you have questions or you want to ask me something, or I don't know, maybe you just want to say hi or always feel welcome to do so. We're a very friendly bunch in here. Everyone who always comes to watch is the same, always friendly. Nobody is judging or anything like that. So everybody's welcome. Let me get to my line here because I want to make like a little line here that is the pillar, and we should go up the way to there. And I want to make it a little lighter at the top, I would say. So maybe that one. That could work right there. And I'll do the same for the other shelves that we have. So basically, the shelves are going completely through into the pillar. I might have to change that later. I don't know yet. It's all seeing and feeling if it works. How it feels like it's darker. I don't know why. Oh, This cough was not so bad. Anyway, it's been pretty tough these last months. Coughing is not getting much better, so I'm not really happy with that at all. But yeah, I had the same last year, and then it also took quite a while before it was done. So hey, Cheatery6. What a nice name. Welcome in. This is your first time chat, I see. So welcome, welcome. I hope you will enjoy being here. And yes, cuffs are the worst. I'm so sorry for anyone to hear that. I'm trying not to. Usually this is meant for being very soft and relaxing, talking while I'm doing my game dev. But yeah, coughing is exactly the opposite of being relaxing. So I'm super sorry if it bothers any one of you. So I hope it's not too bad. If it is getting too bad, tell me to mute more, and I will do that. Very no, indeed, it's not something I can control. I have sinusitis at the moment, so my complete frontal lobes here are full of snot you don't want to hear, but it's full, and yeah, basically that means that I I cannot indeed control that. It just happens, and probably is worse for me than it is for you guys anyway, right? So let's hope so at least. So, but welcome in, welcome in. How did you find me? If I may be so blunt to ask, because if you're first time chatter, you're probably also new to the stream, but I'm not 100% sure. Of course, you can be here. Uh, I would have to be some earth shattering, intense coughing to somehow be worse for the audience. We've talked a few times on Twitter. Okie dokie. My audience on Twitter is coming in. Yay, I like that. Welcome, welcome. I really like it when people come out from different sources than I said on Twitter a few times to people like, come on, you guys, you're following me all over the time, but you don't follow me when I'm streaming. Come on, be nice. Just follow me. I'm a nice guy. I don't bite. I had to actually say to people that I don't bite just to make sure that they would be there for the indie stream. That was something I never understood. I was trying to help people, and then nobody wanted to be featured before, and then suddenly everybody wanted to be featured at the same time. And I'm quite versatile, but I cannot stream 17 games in one evening. That is a bit too much. But it's nice that people come in that don't usually do that. I really appreciate it. It makes for also more. Uh, I think you might get more people to come if you take a more threatening approach. You really think so, mister? I say, mister, but I have no clue if you're a mister or Mrs. That is me taking assumptions here. Huh? Feel free to not like that. I'm just being me. And the me that you get is the me that I always am, also outside of. You're a mystery. Ooh. Somebody here is a mystery, guys. We got ourselves a mystery. Mysteries. I also like mythology. That's why I make a game about Greek mythology. You didn't expect that one, did you? Let me see. I'm gonna basically just make the side that we have here and turn that over and do the other way around. But I need to count pixels. How's the game dev been going? Oh, now you're going into a dangerous territory here. I've been going very freaking slow, and I'm feeling very bad about that. I wanted to go much faster, but unfortunately, there's only so little time that I have. So, um, yeah. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. Um, basically, have about 2 hours a week that I can really spend, and sometimes I have some lost moments that I can also spend. but it's really rare. And yeah, that's the problem when you have two kids at home, a full-time job, and a wife. As much as I love them, they also cost time, of course. Nothing wrong with that. They should cost time because I love them with all my heart, and I wouldn't even have a game if it wasn't for my daughter. So let's face it, I'm nothing without her. But yeah, it costs time, and the time that I spend with them obviously cannot be spent on making a game. Sometimes it can. Every now and then I have moments where I'm, for example, taking a little break of my normal day job. When I'm working from home, my little girl sometimes wants to sit on my lap and she's like, Dad, what are you doing? What is that? And she saw me work on her on the buildings from this game, and she wanted to decide the colors. But that is cute, and it really makes me happy to share that with her because basically the game obviously is about her, so it makes sense that she has a say in it, right? So yeah, that is like nice when those moments happen. I'm always very happy. So yeah, I'm trying to do her justice by making a game that's actually pretty, that will be playable by everyone. Uh, I got some questions from people who ask if I did this because my daughter might be blind or any other way. She doesn't. Uh, uh, and if I'm to blame anyone for this huge undertaking that I've made it for myself to make a game that is actually accessible by everyone, also the blind and the deaf and the physically impaired, then we should talk to Victor Dima. Victor Dima is a blind game journalist who got me interested in making this available for everyone. And yeah, of course, that is a huge undertaking for a single developer, especially because I wanted to get a grant and I never got it. So that means that, yeah, now I have to do this all myself. And doing everything yourself takes a long time. I'm not a pixel artist. I'm not allowed to say it by some of you guys, but I really don't feel like I am a pixel artist. I do my best to create something that is decent, but I could not in any way call myself an artist, I think. But yeah, you do what you can, right? That's all you can, and all you will ever do. You will do whatever you can do, and nothing more than that. So I work with what I got. From there, I try to keep making it nicer. But for example, these kind of buildings, most people that are actually artists would have done this in no time at all. I take forever. A little darker at the top. I'm gonna make like you pretend to be an artist from time to time as well. Well, I don't even pretend. I know I'm not. Which did it. Mm. 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 That color. Check this one. Which one is this? There's one supposed to be able to select colors. I never remember where you do that. Just gotta fake it until you make it. If you told me you were an artist, I would have believed you, especially with the pixel art you're making right now. Well, thank you, thank you. I'm still not 100% sure how good this is yet. Um, I'm trying to make it look authentic, that it could look like it fits in a Dutch street. So um, put her here for reference, just to have the idea of the size. Because she's only 5 years old, so she's not mega big. Although she's tall for her age. But um, yeah, I'm trying to create a little bit of a feeling of 3D, but not too much. I have to create some depth in here to make it look like there's actually shadow in here. And I always forget how that dithering thing works. As far as I know, you select two colors, but I don't exactly know how. So this color and that color, so this and that together should go with this, right? How do you do that? Oh, okay. But then, no, okay, 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 got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. No, like that. And this, it said this one. I always forget how to do that stuff, but you just have to copy this over, I guess. Because this I want to be that color, and then I want that one to be this color. Otherwise, the dithering will not work. So, for example, here I could do, the other way around. Always the same. Needs to be bigger. Let's see if that works. Was funny, just before I got in here, I just went to visit one of the streamers that I really like, just to have a look at how he's doing. And his name is One Lion, and he was giving me a shout out with a clip. And you want to know what clip that was? They made me sing a while ago. They made me sing Elton John, uh, and that was clipped. And I don't usually get a lot of clips. People don't usually clip a lot in my stream, and but that was pretty funny. So I did a few songs because people here have a and they keep redeeming them by making me sing. So I've already been singing a little bit of Elton John, but also Tenacious D with the song Tribute and some more. So it's kind of something when you get requests to do stuff like that, because I really don't think I'm that great a singer. But yeah, you don't have to be a great singer to be asked to do stuff. So is that the same color though? Doesn't look like it. Optical illusions here. An artist and a singer, double treat. Double threat, really. You say not even a treat, but a threat. Yeah, well, I'm not so much sure that it's a treat. Pretty quiet today, isn't it? Everybody must still be sleeping off their weekend. Welcome to come whenever they want to, whenever they choose to. Nobody's ever obliged to come here. To try and recreate that by hand, because unfortunately I don't have a separate layer for this. Otherwise, I could just put this behind the other one and it would be fine. But yeah, that's silly me. I never think about things like that until it's too late, and then I cannot go back. Oh, by the way, I cannot see my own screen, so I just tried to put on captions. Do you guys actually see captions when I'm talking? Because I'm kind of wondering, because I put them to enabled because I want, like I said, I'm doing this for everyone. So I would also like it if Dev can actually follow my stream. Hey, AZ! Always nice to have you. AZ is a regular, always here. One of the most supportive guys I've ever had in my stream, and I really, truly appreciate that. Well, please try. Just see if they're working, because people who are deaf should also be able to follow the stream if they want to, of course. Hey, nobody's obligatory to see me or to come and listen to me or to read the crap that I say. I don't know. I'm uh, I'm always a little bit self-aware, I would say. Um, I guess that's everybody who's working in these kind of fields. You feel doing stuff like this. People are watching you, and then you always think you're making the dumbest mistakes. Always. And I try not to let it bother me, but it always does. I think the text isn't translating it fully correct. Okay. Well, at least there's something there. It's better than having nothing. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's experimental. That's what they say also in the advertisement. So I guess I shouldn't be too surprised that it doesn't always fully work. We're getting something. It's strange, but somehow I always get very relaxed when doing pixel art. It's just putting the dots in the correct place, right? So I guess everybody should be able to do stuff like that. Um, Still, if you're a great pixel artist, I'm sure you will think, oh my lord, mister, what are you doing? Why do you do this so complicated? I can already hear some people screaming who are good at this, thinking like, oh my god, this guy has no idea how to do this. And they're right, I don't. But that's because I'm a developer. I'm not an artist, I'm a developer. But like you said, fake it until you make it. So I haven't made it yet, so I'm trying to fake it until then. Hmm. Every now and then we get a little. Oh yeah, that's a new thing that I put in as a timer thing. So feel free to clip anything you like, because those clips usually help when other people give you shout outs. Those shout outs get a little bit more intense and interesting if there's actually a clip to be shown. And usually I don't have a clip to be shown because I don't have many. Mm, I'm doing things wrong. It's on the other side, right? Thank you for saying that. I didn't know I was muted. Sorry, guys. Welcome in, everyone. I'm so sorry. I didn't know I muted myself. That was probably because of one of my heavier coughs, and I'm so sorry about that. I was talking to myself for sure. I was saying I'm talking to myself, and I actually was this time. So I hope you guys now, you guys are now actually hearing me again. I am so very sorry that you guys missed all that stupid talk of me anyway. I was just talking about the fact that I'm trying to do this, and I'm sure this can be done faster and better. I just, hey, I'm not an artist. I do this because I cannot afford to hire artists, and I still want to get my pixel art going. So then I do it myself, because otherwise this game will never get off the ground. For those of you who have never been here before, hi, my name is Max. The singing stream has some really good karaoke. I'm I'm not so sure about the being super good, but I'm doing my best. But yeah, for that, people need to redeem the fact that they want me to sing a song. And there's a lot of people who have tons of points, and every now and then they redeem the most ridiculous thing, me singing. And I always say, sorry for your eardrums, guys, because whenever I sing, I cannot be good for your ears. It cannot be, and I'm so sorry. By the way, for those who have a little bit trouble with hearing, maybe I try to turn on the captions, but it's still experimental, they say. So I'm not sure how good it is. I've heard so far that it's not perfect. At least it doesn't seem to translate everything as well as it should. That's a bit of a shame. But at least it should be better than having nothing. So for people who have a little bit of trouble with hearing, at least you can read what I say. Hey, Devro, welcome, welcome. So nice to see the gang come in. I always like it when people come back and be there with me. I really appreciate you guys. You know that it's very special. Maybe not just for me, but probably for every developer who does game dev. Because it's not easy to get people to come back to a game dev stream. It's really tough. Because, yeah, obviously it can get a little bit boring after a while because you're just watching somebody who's creating art or who's trying to program. Hey, Half Moon, welcome, welcome. Always nice to have the regulars at least come back. Most of the time, when people came here for a first time and they liked it, I see them come back. That is nice. It makes me feel better about even my imposter syndrome. And welcome, Fran. Welcome. So nice that you are here. You're not streaming yourself, I guess, because normally you stream also on Monday. Maybe you stream later. I don't know. In that case, I would already tell you good luck with your stream later, in case you have to just slip out when I'm just busy. Later, okay. So in advance already, I wish you good luck. I'm sure you will kill it. Your stream has gotten so much better lately. Was already good, but you're getting better and better. And I really like seeing that. So for everybody who does not know Fran yet, I cannot imagine you don't. But if you don't know Fran, Fran is a Blender specialist. Well, at least she's learning Blender with some very good tutorials that she's doing, and she's showing everyone that follows her how she's doing it, what she's doing, and yeah, you can basically learn with her. She does Pomodoro sessions, so if you like those kind of focused sessions, she's perfect for you. I'm sure of that. She's very patient, very nice to talk to, and she's also a friend of the channel. So I'm always happy when she's here. It makes me feel already a little bit better about everything. Just like everybody who comes here. Uh, I would do Pomodoro sessions, but I find myself too boring to look at for 45 minutes when I'm just doing something. So I hope that this is a little bit more interesting when I do it like this. I don't know. Maybe it would be more interesting if I did Pomodoro as well. I don't know. So, so for those of you who are new here, I would like to try and explain a little bit what this game is going to be about. First of all, as most people know, and it's also in the title, this game is about Gaia, who's my daughter, and, and Gaia is going to go through Amsterdam with me and her little brother. And being a 5 year old, she's not exactly listening good all the time, right? Kids of five usually don't tend to do that. If you didn't know that, sorry. If you have a kid that's 4 years old, sorry. So she walks a little bit too far ahead. At that time, a drawbridge opens that she will jump over, which is one of the learning mechanics. And then I cannot follow, obviously, because the bridge is open. Uh, sorry. This is really bad, sorry. Anyway, um, after she jumps over the drawbridge, somewhere in the park, she will see a portal erect from the ground, which is being brought up by the goddess Gaia herself. And the goddess herself needs help from my daughter because she's not allowed to fight the other gods who are basically like children of her because she's the mother of all gods. And Gaia is going to have to help her. Basically, the gods are making a mess of the Greek mythology world, and those gods are a direct representative of our world leaders, as we know them so well, who make a mess out of the world here as well. So, a little bit of a reference for you there. What I want is for the player to be able to finish the game. I want basically everybody to be able to finish the game. So that's why I also want for people with disabilities to be able to play this game and enjoy the story that I had in mind. And I want when the player finishes the game that the player will get the feeling like, okay, so if a 5 year old can change the world for the better, then so can I. That's what I want them to feel. And yeah, on top of that, it doesn't matter if you're blind, deaf, physically disabled, or have no disabilities at all. I want everybody to be able to enjoy this experience, and that's something that I really strive for. I really want to go for. So yeah, that means a lot of work, especially now that I'm doing everything alone and I didn't get any funding. So so yeah, it's empowering. I want people to have a good feeling after it, and feeling that it's not too late. You can still change the world. The world is a little broken, but we can still make it a better place, right? And I'm not going to sing "Make It a Better Place" now, right? That's not what I'm trying to go for here. Uh, just saying. I saw already Bit Gamey was trying to to get me to sing something. I don't know where it was, just a little bit higher. Redeems karaoke. But I guess you need a little bit of more points for that, Bit Gamey. I don't know how many you have, but um, once you follow me and you hit a certain amount of points, you're able to redeem me singing. And I probably should have put it at much higher points. I don't know. Um, At least it ended up in one of the clips, one of the few clips that I actually have. So I guess people did like it. So we're gonna just assume that it's. Oh no, Death Row! Damn it, dude! I'm coughing my brains out. Do you want me to? What song are we gonna sing today then? I promise, even though I sing like shit, I will do my best to make it sound even more horrible. Song of my people? What is that? Do you want me to sing the national anthem or something? I have a song in mind that I might want to sing. I'm gonna look up the lyric just not to butcher the lyrics because that is also not nice. It's a song that probably Dutch people might know. At least the artist would be familiar for most of them, and that's Alan Clark. So if you know him, then you're probably going to be Tulips from Amsterdam. Tulips from Amsterdam. No, 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 no. I also have to like what I'm singing, man. If I'm going to sing Tulpen from Amsterdam, then I'm not going to be happy. So if I have your permission, I would like to sing "Father and Friend" by Alan Clark. I don't know if you guys know this song. German songs. I'm Dutch, man. I'm Dutch, not German. God damn it. So do I have your permission to sing that song, or do you really want me to sing Tulpen from Tulpen uit Amsterdam? Oh, it's supposed to be fun for you. Right. I do speak German, though. Ich spreche Deutsch. Das ist aber eine Weile her. Dankeschön. I come from Zeeland in the Netherlands, and if you know the Netherlands a little bit, then you know that Zeeland is the equivalent of Germany in summer. So basically, if we speak German, we better speak it good, so we can basically fool the tourist in thinking that we are actually sing the tulips. Okay, you want me to sing the Dutch song about the tulips? Okay, I'll look up the lyric and not make a mistake. Huh. Okay, you guys are really ready for a Dutch song to be sung here on the stream? Um, that was terrible timing. I don't want you to clip that. That's gonna sound terrible. Okay, I'm gonna try. Okay, here we go. Als de lente komt, dan stuur ik jou tulpen uit Amsterdam. Als de lente komt, pluk ik voor jou tulpen uit Amsterdam. Als ik wederkom, breng ik voor jou tulpen uit Amsterdam. Duizend gele, duizend rode, wensen jou het allermooiste, wat mijn mond niet zeggen kan. Zeg het tulpen uit Amsterdam. Good enough, or you want me to sing on? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now half of the audience was like, "What the heck was that?" Well, at least I sang, and that's not so easy when you're having some trouble with your throat. I did my best. I hope it was not too terrible. Now, let's see how we can get a little bit of products inside a cheer. Thank you so much for the cheer. Thank you. Thank you. That is so appreciated. Anything that gives a little bit of money to the channel is always appreciated. In the end, it might help to hire some actual pixel artists or voice actors or anything else that I need. So thank you so much for that, for those bits. I really love it. I also always say it, but not always everybody can do it. But I try to not push it too much. But if you have Amazon Prime and you haven't used it yet for this month, please consider subscribing to the channel. It gives the channel some money. It doesn't cost you a dime. So I always think that's the easiest way to do it because, yeah, I could someone with a thick German accent. I do not know yet, bro. Maybe one day. Oh, that's funny. I just say it and then I get also the the text about the Amazon Prime thing. If you have Amazon Prime, you can just subscribe to a channel for free. It helps the channel and it doesn't cost you money. So I don't feel good asking for money. It feels a bit weird for me, but um, yeah, that way feels okay. Hey, Diederik, it's been a while that you were here, my little pirate friend. Ahoy, me hearty. How are you doing? I hope you're doing absolutely awesome. I've been staring at the same strings for a while now. It's not going very much better, but I'm doing my best to make something out of this. I'm gonna need to put stuff on the shelf here, cheeses and stuff like that. I'm gonna make stacks of cheeses, and it doesn't have to be mega detailed or anything, but anything that looks a little bit like it could be cheese can actually be in this in these windows. And after that, I want to put a layer on top of that so you can see that there's actually a window. So it's not going to be open. So now this would be just shelves that are not covered by anything. But maybe to show you what I mean, I can already put a layer in front of that. Hmm. The puff is really getting annoying. Let me add a new layer. It's going to be the windows. In this case, a little bit of a brownish color, maybe even the same color as one of these. I think so, that could work, but I'm going to change it. I want the transparency of this transparency, difficult word, of this one to be a lot lower. And then I'll add it to this. I can basically start already by putting this like all the way here. That I cannot fully cover is the top window. But this I could. And you can already see what the difference becomes. And I will put a shine over this. So what you missed, you missed me singing, I guess, this time. Uh, if you were tuning in after that, at least. I don't know if you when you tuned in, but I did sing today and in Dutch actually. Because yeah. Oh my God, you clipped it. I guess you did that for one lion, right? Bit gamey, so that next time he gives me a shout out, you can do this one. Anyway, thank you for the clip. That's always funny. And those clips are usually nice to have. Take the eraser tool for this a little bit. I did go a little too far. That one, or that one, or that one. Yeah. But it's funny. I don't have a lot of clips usually, so I'm kind of liking it. Sorry about that. Sinusitis is no joke, I can tell you. Should already be gone, but it is not. So, oh, because I'm the eraser tool. That's why I don't see it. If you're wondering why it comes in waves, so I'm sorry about it. What I'm trying to do is make the entire part that is window now uh, transparent, so you know that there's a window there, uh, and you will be able to see that later with a little bit of a shine on it, uh, to give a little bit more of a depth feeling. So there's a window in front of everything, obviously, and otherwise you wouldn't be able to see that. Kind of glad that the text messages that I set up are sometimes passing through, so I don't have to say it too often. It's always so weird to ask people to subscribe and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, if you want to, you will do it anyway. If you don't want to, you wouldn't. Yeah, it is something that really does help a ton. So I have this weird feeling that I missed one here. It's not such a weird feeling, Maxie. You did miss something. So there you go. That should be there. And then we go back to the windows. One of the mistakes I make a ton of times is that I'm on the wrong layer and trying to draw uh, what should not be on that layer at all. I don't know if I'm the only one who has that, but that really can annoy me sometimes. You're like, oh, I'm doing good. And then, oh, wait, I'm not. I just threw away what I just worked on for 3 hours. I have to undo everything again and do it good. Can't be alone in that one. So that's the first window basically in place. I already see a little bit of the effect of that, so I kind of like that. I hope you guys do too. I'm going to try and make the second window. Of course, again, this one. Can select most of it. I don't want to have to click everywhere myself. Way too much work. I'm a programmer. I don't like to do it all myself. There. Better get some workers to going to lurk. Thank you again, BitGamey, for your presence, for your bits, and for all the positivity that you brought to the channel. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. I hope you come back, and I appreciate it, man. Uh, have a good luck with the work that you're doing. I'm sure you will ace it. Absolutely. Really annoying with scoffing, but yeah. Feels bad to state it, but I'm almost happy that Letterborn, I don't think she is here, because Letterborn could really have a problem with that noise. She doesn't do well, and it's not her fault, obviously, but she cannot handle very well all sorts of sounds. It's a condition that she has. Um, And it's also something I want to keep in mind when I'm making my game as well. So I do not want to have those options like smacking sounds, like people are eating very loudly or something. And there will probably be an option also to turn those kind of sounds off. So if that is something that bothers you, or you're not a type of player that can enjoy those sounds, then you will be able to turn off those sounds and not have to deal with it in Gaia, which is something I also came to basically because she was talking about that with me. And I was like, wow, I didn't really think about that before. But there's a lot of sounds that can really annoy people and even can make them physically feel discomfort. They can be feeling hurt, actually pain, because of it. And well, if there's a simple option to turn that off, why wouldn't I, right? That's just being considerate. So, okay, now if I turn my windows off, we will have the normal look. Such annoying sounds. I really hope it doesn't bother too much. I'm gonna have to get some good colors for cheeses to make it. I don't want to make them too bright, but they should have a good yellow color. That is not a good yellow color. Really hard to find the color I'm looking for. I want to have this transparent, obviously, so this has to be 255 again. Maybe that helps. Not so easy to find a good color for cheese, really. My cheese wheel. I already made one. There it is. Because these colors kind of fit, right? Try to make this as little colors as possible, so that should be okay. Oh, I just noticed your cure for my cough, Diederik. 100 milliliters of warm water, 1 big spoon of honey, 1 teaspoon of vinegar. Okay, 1 flat teaspoon of cinnamon. Stir well in warm water and let it cool, and then down the hatch. Okay. I will give it a try if it works. If it works, man. I'm not opposed to anything. Cool. It really is quite annoying to have this cough at the moment. Let me see. I'm gonna not make them big, so they should be windows, but in the foundation. Let's see, let's put here. Oh, make them a little bit more like a stack. Put a few of them. Hey, Victor Dima. So nice that you're joining us here. Uh, Fantastic 2024 for you as well. Thank you for the vote of confidence. I hope it will be amazing. I'm doing my best to make it amazing. Um, I've also just changed the stream a little bit to make sure that people can put on subtitles if they're deaf. So that's also very nice, I hope. And I'm sorry that you have to leave as well, Half Moon. If you're sleepy as hell, then just go sleep. Take care of yourself first, man. If you don't take care of yourself, you'll end up like me, coughing your brains out. Nobody wants that. So, and thank you so much, Victor Dima. I really, really, really appreciate that you're saying that. And I really hope that more people will come and find you to do amazing things with basically making games accessible. Because I think not just the future, it's also good for yourself. And if you want to make anything playable by everyone, then why wouldn't you, right? And a bigger audience is better than no audience, I always say. So, mhm, mhm, mhm. Should I put this in maybe a new layer? Probably, right? It's in a new place. Layer new. I have to go, but I'll catch up with the stream one of these days. You keep up the great work and don't forget that I'm always here and happy to help. Get well soon. You should also take care of yourself. Thank you, Victor Dima. I promise you I'm taking care of myself. I promise you. The only thing that I have is that I do want to keep my schedules at least because obviously if I don't stream all the time, and people will start to walk away. That's just what it is. Um, and it's fine. I understand that also very good. So after some hours, I will go to sleep. So thanks. Yeah, everybody should take care of themselves as well. I mean, I always love it when you guys are here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. But please don't do it if you're not feeling well. You can rest anytime. You don't even have to be constantly active. You can also lurk as much as you want. Just keep the channel open. That also helps support the channel. So uh, it's always nice when people are here. Yes, my friend, I completely understand that. We will, and we will catch up soon for sure, Victor. I hope I helped you with the person on Twitter who wanted somebody who also tried that controller. So it's one of the few things that I can do for you to, yeah, create basically an audience for you. Um, because yeah, I do think that people should be aware of the fact that you guys are there and ready and willing to help each and every one that is willing to put the effort into making a game accessible. So it's it cuts both ways, I would say. I see a new COVID be lurking on the horizon. Well, I think that at the moment, um, to be honest, I kind of think that the flu is just as bad as the COVID is. So I don't think it really matters. You can have COVID, you can have any of them. And the flu is also not helping much at the moment. People who are now getting flu are getting it much stronger than they did before. So it's it's what it is. I'm gonna have to do some highlighting in this later, but let me first create at least some cheeses, stack of cheeses in this case. Hope it's going to be identifiable as being cheese. Oh, that could work. There's a little bit of shine needed that I can do. Put like this color here, maybe. Oh, always forget that I'm still in the other tool. That should become a little darker, actually. Between those colors. That could look like a stack of cheeses. What else could I put in there? Like jars or stuff like that, maybe. Packages of cheese. I don't know. Like French cheeses. That could work, right? Stack the pile. Thank you so much for another raid, people. That's always nice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid, and I hope you will enjoy this time here. If you don't know me, guys, I'm making a game called Gaia. As you can see, she's right here. That's right here. This little girl here. And Gaia is my daughter. She's 5 years old at the moment, and this game is about her, Greek mythology, and there's going to be a lot of accessibility in this game as well, because I'm going to make this game playable by basically everyone, no matter if you're blind, if you're deaf, if you have a physical impairment, you should be able to play this game and enjoy it as much as somebody who doesn't have any of those impairments. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of Greek mythology. Gaia has to basically fight the gods in the world of Greek mythology because Gaia, the goddess herself, cannot do it. So she has to basically take over for her and be her arms and legs, as you would call it. And yeah, I was looking for getting a grant to do this because obviously making a game playable for everyone isn't exactly easy. It requires voice actors. It will require a lot of this art that I'm trying to make right now, if you can call it art. I'm trying to do my best at least. Since I cannot afford to hire any artist, I'm doing this myself. I'm a programmer. I'm absolutely not considering myself to be an artist, but I'm doing what I can to make things look at least rather nice. Thank you, Stack to Pile. That's a very nice comment of you to say. Um, and I'm now trying at this moment to make a cheese store that looks a little bit like my bakery that I made before. Let me see if I have the baker, by the way. I can also show that guy. This guy is walking through a bakery. We love your game. Let him be here for a while. And as I can see, there's a lot of new stuff. Love the art so much. Thank you so much, Moonstone. That's very nice of you to say. I'm really appreciative of those kind of comments. I do suffer a lot of times from from the feeling that I'm an imposter, as you might probably know that. This is the bakery that I've been working on. I've been working on it a lot. I've been changing it and changing it and changing it. This is the current state of it. Thanks also to Outsider Pixel, who usually is not in our stream but is really a fan of the channel, also a fan on Twitter, and he's a great pixel artist. He knows exactly what he's doing. Thank you for the follow, Scott. That is so nice of you. I always like more people to follow me and to basically know what we're doing here. And I really hope you guys appreciate all the work that goes into this, because it really is a lot of work, especially when your main thing is being a programmer. I'm totally not feeling like an artist, but yeah, people say you should stop saying that because this looks insane. Um, anyway, this is for my first level, the Amsterdam level. And in the Amsterdam level, Gaia basically doesn't listen to daddy. I mean, she's 5 years old. What can I expect, right? Would I expect her to listen to me there? No. So she doesn't, and basically goes a little bit too far ahead, jumps over a drawbridge that opens. We have those nice double drawbridges in Amsterdam. Um, so, and, oh, nice. Name generator. Cool. What name generator? Okay. Sorry about the coughing. And hello to you too. Sorry, I needed to cough a little bit, otherwise I would have said hello immediately. Welcome, welcome. I really appreciate that people are coming in and following, and it really makes me glad that people think that it's nice. Um, and yeah, of course, is it good to cough? It doesn't feel like it, I can tell you, because basically lately I've been coughing so much that my ribs are hurting from it. I don't think that's a great thing. Anyway, I'm doing my best. So, this bakery was huge. I want my cheese store to be a bit smaller, so lower also, because obviously not all the buildings have to have the same size as height and everything. And to make sure that I don't make it too big or too small, I put Gaia in the corner as a reference. Um, I coughed that card. I broke a muscle, which hurt moving for weeks. Oops. I try to drink at least so I don't have too much of a problem. And that's why I took a huge thermo this time. It keeps my drink cool, and it also gives me a bit more to drink because I don't want to keep getting up all the time. So yeah, I also did for fun one day. I made somebody hot chocolate and a pecan pie, just because I wanted to practice my pixel art. It was fun. I think the way to hold it is way too big, but it's because I'm quite self-critical. And this is basically the drawbridge. Not finished, but this is what she's going to jump over. Um, and as you can see, there's a lot of stuff that has to be moving in this thing because these things, they're pretty solid. They don't move. But this is a chain. This is a chain. So all of these things are going to move. And it makes it a little hard. I made it hard on myself. But this is actually a bridge that you can find in Amsterdam. So I based it on a bridge that actually exists, which is again a ton of work, but I think it will be well worth it in the end because we want to make something that looks the part. It has to look like it might be in Amsterdam. That's what I want to do. So I can show you also the scene that I have right now in Unity. It's not so much really. It just to test also the positional audio because I need to have better audio later, but I'm trying to create audio where you go from left to right, and you can hear that audio goes louder or less loud. So basically, when you pass the building, it will be louder than when you're further away, if you can hear it at all before, because the sound comes from inside. So those kind of things I have to take care of. I'm trying to do that properly, and all this art basically done by me, except for those clouds. Those clouds are from Asimov, if I'm not mistaken. I just put them in for having a little bit of a background. Otherwise, I would have nothing. It looks a little sad. But I'm going to work on making my own clouds and more backgrounds. I will have more buildings. Obviously, in the background, buildings will be just basically silhouettes. So that's a little easier. I can probably cram those out a little faster than this. But I'm pretty critical of my own work, and that sometimes is in my own way. So I can make a lot of stuff, but for example, one of the projects that I'm working on still, it's this one, which is the Rijksmuseum of Amsterdam. And yeah, it's not done yet, but I've based this on an actual drawing from 1880 or something, if I'm not mistaken. And that basically is the actual building as they drew it back in the day. So the entire shape works and is. Wow, what a night, guys. Wow, Code Red, thank you so much for the raid. What a nice surprise. Wow. Hey, Darkness Blade. I hope you're doing great today. I was kind of showing off the kind of pixel art that I'm making for my first level. I can do this little talk all night. It's fine. I'm trying to create a game that is going to be playable by everyone. So no matter if you're blind, deaf, have physical disabilities, or have no disabilities at all, of course, you should be able to play my game. I was trying to get a grant, which I unfortunately didn't get. I'm trying to create some funds because we're going to have. Thank you for the follow, JT, YouTube, I guess. Thank you for the follow. I'm trying to create a game that's going to be playable by everyone, of course. And for that, you need voice actors, you need better pixel art. And I'm doing my best to create this pixel art, but it takes a ton of time. I am not Greek at all, I'm Dutch. But I am making a game about Greek mythology, so that is something that you probably will enjoy. And I think I talked to you before in your own stream, Darkness Blade. So I think I already told you that I'm making a game about Greek mythology. My daughter is called Gaia, so that's what my game will be about. At the moment, I'm working on a cheese store. I was just showing off the bakery that I made, which I'm quite proud of. And I'm working now on this cheese store. I'm trying to fill up the windows. What kind of genre? This is going to be a 2D pixel art platformer. And I think it's one of the first, if not the only one, that is actually going to be playable not just by people who are not blind, but also people who are blind. Because most people make games, audible games, who then they're playable, of course, by the blind, but then they don't make it really playable for someone who's not blind. So I don't want to distinguish between anyone. So what I'm trying to figure out here is how to properly make somebody aware of the fact, for example, you need to jump, or aware of the fact that there's an obstacle in your way, or there's something to be picked up without doing anything special. It could also be that I'm very nasal, Darkness Blade. I don't know. This, at the moment, I'm not great. I'm a little sick. I have a sinusitis, but I try to be here and keep going at this because otherwise it will never get there. But yeah, thank you for the compliment. Actually, I guess I've been trying to learn Greek, but there's not much that I know. I do know this sentence, and you tell me if this is correct. Sagapo agapulomu. You tell me if that's correct. I also know things like kalispera, kalinichta, kaliorexi. But I guess it's funny, so it must have made sense. I once learned that from a Greek a Greek girl that was living in the house that I was living in. Basically, she said that it means something like "You are my eyes," uh, but I something as sweet as that, at least. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but my accent, yeah, of course, my accent is foreign. I'm not Greek. I'm trying to learn a little bit of it, but yeah, I'm not Greek at all. Uh, but I want to have some Greek at least also in the game. And I love you, my love. Oh, the best kind of sentence to say, right? I think there were also bad things, but fortunately for me, I didn't remember those. But yeah, for this game to also work the way I want it to, I have 10 levels at the moment in mind, and it might actually become 12 because um, uh, what was the most common bad word? I kind of missed this. Malaka. Okay. I think I remember something. I'm not sure if that was Greek. Hamimene? Is that also a bad word or not? Completely wrong. Hamimene. I don't know. That's for whatever reason that's stuck into my brain. Anyway, so much thanks for all those beautiful rates today. That was three today. That's a lot already. I'm really happy about the fact that you guys are interested in what I'm making. And I hope that somehow I will get some attention and in whatever way I generate just a little bit of money that will be enough to hire people to actually get some artists to work on the same style that I have used so far. Because even though I don't feel like an artist, I really don't. I really don't, and I'm not allowed to say it by a lot of people, but I really don't feel like an artist. I will need artists who can quickly churn this out. For me, this takes forever to do. If I'm making pixel art, you can just be sure that this takes weeks and weeks for one building. And if I have to do the entire level of Amsterdam, where we go from City Park, uh, past the Rijksmuseum into the place that we call the Vondelpark, which is pretty famous for the Netherlands as well, where that actually can become a portal comes out of the ground. And then we go to Greek mythology. For that, I need a ton of pixel art. Uh, I can do it. As you can tell, it will not be as perfect or as beautiful as a real artist would do, but it will get there. But it will take too much time. Thank you, Jackie. Jackie YouTube? Jack YouTube? J Jack? How do you pronounce your name? Is that J Jack YouTube? I guess YouTube, right? Because YT YouTube? Or maybe that's just stuck in my brain. Okay, Jack. Jack will do. So thank you for the compliment. I do my best to make it as nice as possible. Um, try not to cough too much, but it's not easy. Good that I have a little bit of a mute button on my microphone because this stuff could get annoying really fast. Anyway, so the contents of the windows, we're starting to build that up a little bit. I probably will repeat some of them a little bit so I don't have to do them all again. We will want to have this pretty full, so this is going to be a lot of work. And then the window of the door, and that one I'm going to put in. I want to also create that in a transparent way. So for those of you who don't know that yet, who are in here or see me make this pixel art for the first time, I'm, I'm one of those people who doesn't like to animate everything himself. So what my intentions are for this, I put it in. Oh, wait, let's do that. No, I always do this because what I don't want to do, I don't want to have to animate this. So what I want to do is I will have a person or something going inside that will actually be moving. So instead of having to animate the entire building to achieve that effect, I will be having, for example, what I did, I can show you that in Unity. I have this baker here. He's standing inside of the building, but he's not a part of the bakery. He's loose. So if I turn this off, then he's gone. Basically, I want to have NPCs be able to walk inside a building without that building having to be animated. So I'm a terrible animator. If I have to animate an entire building, I will go nuts. But if I can just have this guy go back and forth, I don't even have to really animate it. I can just bob him up and down to make it look like he's walking. So that way, I can have more interaction in my level without actually animating those huge buildings. Now, one thing that I usually dislike about all the platformers that I see, and I love platformers, really, I do. I love them. What I dislike is that most of the backgrounds and the buildings that you see are static. They don't move at all. Maybe something goes like a little bird comes through the level or whatever. But in the buildings, you don't see anything happening. Usually it's just quiet. And I don't want that for my game. I want things to interact with each other, the world to feel alive. So sounds will come from the bakery, sounds will come from a cheese store, sounds will come from the water. I would have boats coming through the water. Stuff like that is what I want for this level to feel interactive and interesting. Because if I don't do that, it basically will become a little bit bland, right? It's just buildings. You see part of the building, but basically you still have no idea what's actually happening in there. You don't feel like that's a city. You don't feel like that's alive. And it needs to feel alive. That's for me, at least, one of those things that I really aspire as a game maker to make things that are actually interactive. So that's a little bit of the background why I'm doing it this way. That's why I'm making Windows transparent. Um, this will also go for this. For example, you saw already that if I turn off my windows, there's nothing going for this. But I'm trying to make sure that everything feels like it's actually there. So these windows, yeah, they make the look of a cheese change. Without that, it would just look flat. And it's a little hard to explain. I'm not sure if that's artistry or just my feeling as somebody who wants realism. I also make movies for fun, so sometimes that might be something that I take from there. I sometimes direct or write movies, and I also need realism. Of course, I like fantasies too, but when I make something, I want the world to feel believable, and the world will not feel believable to me if there's nothing moving and nothing changes. So, if, for example, I would choose to animate this stuff, I could choose, for example, that from here, this could open up a little, and a cheese store salesman here can pick up something out of the window, so I can just take it out. And that would not be possible if I don't create it like a window, because then it feels like you cannot be there at all. So, yeah, well, basically, ramblings of a madman who's taking on a project that's way too big for him, probably, but I still do it anyway. And I really hope someday I can afford to hire people to make this go a little faster, obviously, because the idea I think is pretty unique. I haven't seen anyone do a game making it accessible for everyone. One, and two, still have a lot of detail and realism in that game, because that is obviously a trade-off that a lot of people have to make, right? Most of the time, people say you cannot have one and then also the other. Well, and to disagree. Put some more cheeses. Change the color, so don't worry. It will not look like it's exactly the same. Maybe it'll even change the sizes. I don't know yet. To make sure that there's more there, otherwise it can be a bit boring maybe. So I hope you guys understand the kind of sentiment I have with this. Um, and you will see now soon that there's also something called uh, lavender cheese. Probably haven't seen that before, unless you're Dutch, then you probably do. And I'm going to try and make a lavender cheese in here right now using some color combinations that are also already in this building. And talking about accessibility, I will probably have to, before I actually finish this, I have to think about putting it through a website that I found, which helps you check against color blindness. Because, yeah, if a colorblind person cannot distinguish what I'm showing here, then I failed. Because I also want people to be able to distinguish what this could be. And it's going to be tough, and some colors might not pass through the test. I might have to change it for that. But for now, things will do. And there's some colors that probably will not work with color blindness. Most of the things that I do, I already checked. But in case you're wondering, there's an absolutely very nice website where you can check against 12 different forms of color blindness, if I'm not mistaken, because that's really how many of them there are. Well, if there are many different types of color blindness, wouldn't it be easier to just add a filter at the end? Yeah, that or options at least. To make a different option or different color available. Um, this new update that Twitch had be running amok. Diederik, what on earth are you talking about, man? What do you mean? You're getting me confused here. What is wrong with the update? What happened, man? Except for the fact that I see all sorts of new buttons that I never had before, like mute alerts, skip alerts, pause alerts. I never had that play ad, which doesn't have anything to play. Maybe that's why I'm not making any money. Nobody has to watch ads except for at the beginning. Sometimes the new version freezes up. Oh, that's not nice. Uh, I had the same, but for me it was more because of my connection, or just didn't work as well. A little less bright. Hmm, that already gives variation. Then this one, make it lower. No, okay. You are using LTE. I'm using what's it called? Stream Elements Live. I don't know. There might be things wrong with it at the moment. I don't know. I haven't heard anyone else say that things are not going so well. Ah, LTE to do the internet connection. Um, yeah, what I do at the moment is basically I share my internet connection from my phone, even though that's on the same Wi-Fi, and because of it, it becomes more stable. I have not had any dropped frames, and for what I can see, I have like 4,680 kbps. got to go have a good stream. Thank you, Jack, and I hope to see you again. And if you're not already following, please, yeah, you are following, by the way. Thank you for that. Um, I hope to see you again in the stream. It was really nice to talk to you, and I really hope you enjoyed that. I do this every week, so be sure to tune in again. Once a month, I also do an Indian appreciation stream. I did that last week, where I look at other indie games that are most of the time 10 times further than I am and are actually playable. Mine is not yet there. I do hope to get there at least this year. So thank you for joining today, and I hope to see you again. And I have to put some other things also, not just cheeses. Even though we're a cheese store, what do you sell at a cheese store? Let me think. Mm, there's a ton of things that you could actually buy there, but I could also put some signs or something in the window. Maybe I don't know. I have to think of that a little bit. So at least I want to check it also with the window closed. Hmm. I might want to change the color of these windows to a little lighter. Not 100% convinced that this one is nice. Also takes off a little bit of the darkness in the windows. This inside, I think I might be okay with, but I'm not sure yet about the other ones. I'm gonna have to make some small things, some big things. I'm not entirely convinced yet what I will put inside these windows. So, but I'm starting to get happy with what we have. It's at least much better than what we had before. It's not too close to each other, then I can get away with using the same thing in different places to make it a little bit messy and busy. It has to look like there's a lot of stuff going on. Funny that I was clipped was singing a Dutch song. Still what? Still. Oh my God. I don't mind singing, but singing a Dutch song. I don't sing Dutch much, to be honest. Maybe a sign or something. Maybe I should Google typical. Mm, do it. Some other things, but mostly cheese. Okay. Um, what shall I do? What shall I do? At least I will change that window color because I really think it's too much. Before that color was which one? Okay, let's try. I'll put in there. It's also too much, no? The only thing that helps here, I can see that this was not correctly done yet. Why is the also not good? I think I'll have to go with the transparency even lower. Like this, maybe. Is that me that is doing something dumb? Why is this not working? Probably I'm doing something dumb, but yeah, I'm not an expert specialist. Always stuff that I do wrong. This is completely wrong. That's the worst part. I have to do it like twice, three times even. What the hell? Okay, I'm not liking this much. I have to go back to what I had. A lot of controls at. Sorry. There we go. I'm not liking this color too much. I'd have to maybe reconsider this. um, anyway, for now, the windows, I will turn it off. Just not to get confused, otherwise I get too much distracted by what I do not like, which is something that I always have a problem with. Uh, and I don't want to get too much distracted because I want to fill up this window, right? So we will get cheeses in all sorts of shapes and forms. Also with just one, I guess. Maybe I can even reuse this cheese wheel that I might be able to. The PNG though, I should have the A sprite somewhere. Where cheese store, no. Maybe here. Cheese wheel. There you go. There it is. That's better. So let's try if I can just reuse this. Wish I could just copy that. Can I copy that? Let me see if that works. Nope, not working. Oh, obviously not there. Okay. Yeah, it works. This is too big. I have to scale this. Hope that will not completely destroy it. Doesn't look like it does. I don't think this fits, right? Because there's this little bite that goes out. Doesn't look good. Too happy about that. It's a shame because I was really happy about that cheese. Actually, look. Oh, I'm gonna do with just the simple cheeses that I have here. The heck did it happen here? Oh, ah, okay. That's not like that is better. Like I'm cutting it out. That's not the idea. I didn't want to take it away. Anyway, hope you're all still doing good and you're not getting too bored of my coughing because I am. I'm gonna have to make some color variations of these things because if I don't, then I'm gonna end up hating them myself, and I don't want to do that. Let's go. This color though. Make one like a separate one. Huh. Just want to complicate. Don't want to make it too complicated. Got to go, Max. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome, friend. I know you have to go because you're streaming in like 6 minutes, right? 5 minutes. Good luck, and I'll try to stop by in a moment as well. I'm sure you're gonna do awesome again. Are you gonna do more Blender today, or you're just gonna study Swedish, which you also do? You study Swedish, guys. This is something. I mean, I do not know Swedish. I know some languages, but I do not know Swedish. Blender time, yay! I'm sure some of my viewers will also find their way over there later, and if not, then I will just send them there. Maybe I don't know. I'll have to see. I don't know yet where I'm gonna raid out. It's always a surprise. I never know. Depends on what I feel like. And also depends on what you guys feel like. So bye, friend, and see you soon. Hopefully. We all love Fran here. Fran is amazing. Such a nice person. Mm, probably have one falling almost off of this. It would be nice, maybe. First, make this a little color variation because not every cheese looks exactly the same. So let me find a color that is nice. Oh, that was the wrong color. I need to have this one. Just slightly lighter variation. Not much, but just enough to make it stand out. A little lighter. And if you're ever wondering where the Bob Ross reference came from, probably because I sometimes speak so quietly to myself. Oh, somebody, indeed, Vicky said something, I missed it. Would what? Would adding some hole in the cheese be overkill? No, maybe like a bite out of it. That could be, yeah. And I had that with a cheese wheel, like this bite is coming out, but obviously this is a little different because I have it now lying facing forward. But I can do something like that, I guess. Hmm. Let me see how that would work. Raise something. Yes, I could just. That would. No. So we have then different color. I would say a dark color like this one, but not exactly. Like just a little different. And I would go and put on the inside just to make it look a little bit more like it's taken out. Could be a book like this too. It's a little tough to read, but I think at least it looks like it's not complete. So I think that's a slightly better variation. Or maybe I'll move this one up and actually put the one that I had before um, right on top of it. Okay, let me put everything back like this. And then Control V. I'm just being lazy here. Put this here, but I can see. No, it would not work if I try to rotate it, right? What I could do for it is not to look too similar, is that to be a different color cheese. We have also red cheeses. Let me see. At least the outside should be red then. There's a better red. Why does this color look nothing like I expect from red? My screen must be terrible. I don't know. Anyway, do this. So this one has been bitten out. The inside can still be quite yellow. What you would normally see with those kind of cheeses that they are still yellow in the inside, but they are very much red on the outside. So, but in order for this to work, this would have to be red or red variations. So now I'm gonna have to look a little bit more white-ish with this color. Let's do dark. That. So don't get really that shine effect. Not sure if I like this yet. I have to figure the color. It's a little bit of nitpicky. Maybe that is better. Yeah, it shouldn't be too yellowish. Uh, This could probably also be almost the same red as the other one. Almost. Not entirely. So you have a little bit of a crust around it. That is too close though. Too close. Hardly see the difference. And that difference I see. And then this could be the yellow, so that could be like this to make you look like a cheese. What do you think? Was your idea anyway, so I will move it a little bit, the bottom one at least. Otherwise it's like it's too perfectly stacked. Like that. This is better. So there's a cheese on top of the other one. A bite has been taken out of this one. That's a red one. It's been sold already. Would be funny if there's a mouse running through. Anyway, I'm getting carried away again, like always. Anyway, I kind of like getting carried away. It's also fun. Um, there's also orange cheeses. I've seen those before as well. So orange, yellowish, white cheese because you have like goat's cheese. Over design is so much fun. Yes, it is. It is. Like you caught me. You caught me. It is so much fun to have crazy designs. Blue cheese, yeah, but blue cheese, I'd have to figure how it would look because blue cheese is usually packed in something like plastic. Let me have a look. Blue cheese. You can make the blue cheese like a piece of blue cheese, but would I see that blue cheese is it's gonna be hard though. It has a like a marble structure inside of it. That is not easy, especially if it's cut. I can do that. I can try. It's a very light looking cheese with a lot of, well, if you look at the image, I don't consider this very blue, but that's me. You have some that look more blue, but uh, you wouldn't see it like that in a store, right? More like this. Danish blue. But a piece like this you could see, usually wrapped a little bit in plastic though to keep it good, to keep it sanitary, because otherwise it gets a little bit contaminated. But this I could see in a store. Just making this is gonna be something. My own custom blue cheese. Yeah, you're right about that. It's my own custom made cheese. Let's see. I can try. Let me give it a swirl. I don't know if it's gonna work. Creating the shape. going to be a square or not. Based on what I saw, it was almost square, right? It should have a darker edge. No, you don't see that. You would see that, but that's too. No, it can be. Okay, like see, like a darker part on the top. Obviously, I don't want it to be like chiseled like this, so I'm gonna have to figure it a little bit out. So like that could probably be, and then something like that. To me, let's go a little darker. Hmm, a little bit darker part. Over here. Make it more chiseled, basically. Now we're gonna have to do some dark bluish variations like this. Maybe. Gonna look very small. It's really hard to make this readable, I guess. Well, if I look at it here, that could work. What do you think? You got your own custom blue cheese here. Nobody else has this, huh? You have your own blue cheese. Pretty nice. To make that repeat itself a few times. Maybe change the shape a little bit over the course of time, but you're looking quite sharp indeed, wouldn't it be? I thought so as well. I'm going to change the shapes a little bit later, so I will have different types of cheese shapes on the shelf, because basically right now this stuff is floating in the air. Against it, starting to fill up a little bit. What do you think, guys? If I make different variations of all these cheeses, then I think this window will start to look really nice. I'm still though not convinced that this looks nice. And that is gonna bug me for quite a while, I think. So I think I'm gonna redo all those windows, take it all out first, and then make them a different color or something. On the other hand, I don't want to have all the windows be the same color. But I want this to be lighter. And now it looks too dark. It takes too much color away. Look, those colors shouldn't be gone. Or maybe I should just not have any windows here, right? Just pretend that that's the window or something. I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on that yet. Let me save it, by the way. I don't know about you guys, but I always keep forgetting to do stuff like that. But I'm starting to really like it, and that's good. That red cheese and that other cheese, I can probably in VS Code. Yes, unfortunately, I don't think we have autosave in Sprite. Might be wrong. From time to time, you need to learn those kind of things. At least I haven't seen it yet. That thing though. Top shelf, guys. Top shelf. One here. Clear that it's behind something. Hmm? Just to make sure that the stack is not always the same, let me take one of this and just Control C that and put it in the top also. The colors are really nice. It's really popping this way. Try to rotate one. Will be possible. Select right canvas, but then will be the entire canvas, right? Oh, that's correct. Nice. Don't want everything to look exactly the same. And if I can flip one of those, then we have at least some variations already without even having to make new ones. There we go. If the shop had window shutters, then your layout looks correct. Meaning I must be getting too tired because I don't know what you mean. It's so not nice. So, okay, let's see. Here, I want to have more color. I have a goat cheese. I have one of the orange ones. Hey, I'm Shredder. Welcome, welcome. I didn't know you were here. You must have been there for a while. Mhm. I don't know if I have the shout out command installed. I don't think so. Sorry, man. You just popped in. Welcome, man. As you can see, I'm working on the cheese store. Just created some variations like this is like a red, more like a Gouda cheese. There's the red. This is lavender cheese. You will find that also in the Netherlands. This is a more like a blue cheese, like Danish blue. Thank you for the hydrate, by the way. And I'm trying to get some variations here to make sure that the window looks filled without having to do like a million different pieces. So far, no Swiss cheese, no. But let me have a look. Let me have a look. Have a look at what it looks like. Oh, the ones with the huge holes. Hmm, I could make that. I could make that. I'm styling again. I'm also styling, as you can tell. Let me make a. Let me try and make a Swiss cheese, you guys. Okay, let's see. Very light color is that, right? We have this yellow. We go like this bright. Feta cheese. Feta cheese. Yeah, feta cheese could also work. I like all sorts of cheeses actually, so I'm pretty easygoing in that. Be like the bottom part up a little higher, like the middle part. That will be a bit darker. But let's fill this up first. Gonna make the holes later. Then I'll do this on the other side as well. Now it doesn't look like it's Swiss cheese, but I will do my best to make it look like that. Not too super dark, but darker. Let's go like that. Like a shadow going face. Shadow, you will have holes, but that's a later concern. This entire part will actually be darker. Obviously, edge is bottom here too. Oh yeah, a lot of holes. Okay, I have to go off the screen. No. Bye, everyone. Have a great day and week. Also, bye, trainers. Great. Good luck working on Gaia again. Thank you so much, AZ. And thank you for being here as always. You're always so supportive. That means the world to me. You know that, right? Circles that are not actually circles is hard. Means that you're back. Where did that piracy come from, mister? You suddenly became piratey. I don't dislike it, just saying that it came out of nowhere. Doesn't really look like there's holes in there. Eatable as a Swiss cheese? I guess so, right? Looking like something at least. Hard to see, but Swiss cheese is not exactly easy to make. To make the crust on the outside a little thicker, I guess. From what I see, it's like a thicker crust. Yeah. Things with this you can almost not put in detail because it's too small for that. Oh, then that much darker. That's better, I think. And then we need a few more holes, even inside the shadow. That color works well on this side. Pretty here, actually. See if we can do that. Uh, yeah, the cuff sounds a bit dry. Not even a bit dry. It sounds terrible. It's horrible, really. And yeah, my ribs are hurting because of it. So you know for sure that I'm coughing really hard, really, really hard. I'm sure that's one thing that's not any different color inside. Maybe makes it stand out. Maybe. What do you guys think? Is this a Swiss cheese for you guys, or also maybe a bit more? Because it's rather big. But if this is it, I think I might leave it at that for today. I will follow that advice and after the stream, drink an entire bottle of that. Never mind that work probably tomorrow would not be possible, but at least I'd have rum, right? Why would be the rum gone? Rum gone? Well, because you just drank an entire bottle of it. Copy this one. Good one. Now you're going to take one down and another position. Put this one. Definitely not perfect yet, but I'm starting to get the feeling of a cheese store, that's for sure. And I want to put some other things in there as well, because there's basically not a single cheese store in the Netherlands that only sells cheese. So I guess that's gonna be the stream for today. And I'll be having a look at who to raid out to, guys. There's a lot of people I could raid out to. I see that there's Irish John Games who's streaming at the moment. Um, it, if it be flu, then I can dig in me big of old book of 1001 ways to cure an ailment. Well, if you'd have time, I'd have you come over to cure my disease here. Anyway, so Irish John Games would be an option. Cetalix would be an option. You all know him also. Practical NPC could be. He's making a Kickstarter setup at the moment for a precision platformer in Godot, if you'd like that. There's Coding with Strangers, who does some project at the moment for more focus. I don't exactly know which project. I haven't seen him for a while. Um, or obviously we could go to Fran. Whatever you guys want, guys. I'm flexible. So let me know what you guys would like to do. And if not, I decide for you guys. Um, I guess I might go for Irish John. I think it's fitting. He's a very good developer. He makes insanely good games. I only can hope to be one day as good as he is. Um, and I think it's a very interesting stream to see also. So I'm gonna rate him today. Rate Irish John Games. Let's see if I put all of that correctly, because otherwise I will just go to the wrong person. That's not a nice thing. The Irishman, I like his accent, so that's also one of the reasons why I like to rate this guy. And he really talks nicely. So here we go. We're gonna visit the Irish man. Again, I want to thank all of you guys for being here today, and I will see you the next time for sure. So thank you for joining and being here as always and being so positive and helping me through this, even though I know sometimes the coughing can be too much. Have fun at Irish Drone Games and make sure you treat them nicely. Bye, guys.